3, 2, 1.
I did a thing with my hair. I was trying to do something a little different, so I'm going to reveal it right now, and we're going to get into my interview video for K12. I'm going to show you my video that they had me do during the application process. So once you do your application, they'll invite you to do a teaching video. I'm going to show you what I did. So I'm kind of showing you kind of backwards out of order. Then after I show you the video, the next video, I'm going to show you exactly like what you need to do to apply and what to expect. But first, the hair. What do you think? Yeah, so this is what it looks like. You guys know I like to do something new, so I'm always changing my hair. I mean, going through the YouTube journey, you see my hair change so many times. So, yeah, I tried this silver. At first I was like, is it making me look old? But then it started to grow on me. And I think I like it. Now to the video. K12. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm showing you, like I said, in backwards order. So after I did my application and turned that in, then I was invited to do a teaching video. So this is like step 2. So I was so excited that I got to this phase of the application process where I'm like, yay, I get to do the video now. It's not just turning in the application, like they're curious about me.
Hello, class. So, Miss LaShundra here, and today we're going to really get into reading comprehension. So, how is everyone doing today? Did anyone want to share about your week? We would love to hear about it just to get us warmed up before we get into our lesson. Okay, yes, I would love to hear about your week. What? Really? That is awesome. I love hearing about that. That's just wonderful news, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing with us. Okay, so we're going to get into reading comprehension. Now, if you're asking, what is reading comprehension? Who can tell me? What do I mean by reading comprehension? Reading comprehension. Yes. Okay, yeah, you got it. Good, Joan. Okay. Yes, reading comprehension is understanding what you are reading. Understanding what you are reading. So there are certain skills that we need to have to be able to understand what we read. And this could be anything that you read. I mean, directions for one. You want to understand your directions. Understanding when you're reading a book. Understanding, at school you have a lot of passages that you have to read. Passages, articles, short stories. You want to be able to read the information, read the story, read whatever's going on, and be able to determine what is the main idea. What are they mainly talking about? That's what we're going to talk about today. The main idea. What does the author want me to know about this? What do I need to know? What's the most important thing? So the most important thing that you need to know, the main idea. Once you identify that, then you can pick out the supporting details. Those are the information that supports, that gives you more information about the main idea. Okay, so don't worry if you're scratching your head like, oh, what is this main idea? That's why we're here today. So I have some fun exercises I'm going to help you, and together we're going to get to be able to do it on our own, finding the main idea, finding those supporting details. You guys ready? Okay, so in order for you guys to be successful, you probably have heard people talk about state standards, state standards. So, state standards, things that we need to know in order to be successful in the fifth grade. So, every grade level has standards. So, standards mean this is what we need to be able to do. This is where we need to be. Your standards. This is what I want. So, what is required of you, what is wanted from you as fifth graders, is to be able to do this effectively. Okay? Because as you go on in the grades, you're going to have more and more types of responsibility with reading. And that goes with, you guys, that really goes with any subject. Think about it. Science, you're going to need to read and understand what you're reading. Social studies, that, history, and math. And with math, it's all about directions. And you're going to get to the point of math where there's math problems. Their reading comprehension really ties into but I'm going to teach you how to focus in and be able to pull out those main ideas and supporting details. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen here. Let me show you. So this is the state standard right here. Bing. Can everybody see me okay? Okay, good, great, wonderful. So this is, let me move myself over a little bit there, including main idea and supporting details while maintaining meaning and a logical sequence of events. And what you see here, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to do that and put a big check mark on that. We're going to have that done. Okay, I'm so excited. So let's go to our first course of action, and that is, what is the main idea? So the main idea, it's the main thing it's about. The main thing. So you can often find it. Let me move myself out the way here again so you guys can read this. All right, right here. You can often find it at the beginning of a paragraph. A lot of times the first sentence will tell you what it is that you're about to read. What is this going to be about? That first sentence. Any questions on that? Okay, good. All right. Now, if you have any questions, now would be the time to ask them. You're probably going to have questions along the way. So let me move myself over here a little bit. Make sure everybody can see me. Okay. Now this is called a graphic organizer. We're going to practice filling this out. Let's go to our next one here. So I'm going to have to erase this. So you guys can go ahead and write those notes there. Now, the graphic organizers that we're going to see with our passages, our little stories that I have for you, they're going to look like ice cream scoops. Okay, I actually found this ice cream scoop and I thought, this is something you guys remember. So the cone is the main idea in this case. So the cone is the main idea. That's what everything is about. You're going to hold everything in that cone, right? So you're going to put the details on. Okay, what type of ice cream are you going to put in that cone? So we have strawberry, I'm going to say the green is mint. I like mint ice cream. I don't know about you. Strawberry, mint, and we have chocolate. Okay, that's what it's about. That's what the ice cream is, the details that tell more about the ice cream. Okay, so the main idea is like the cone. That's the main thing that's going to hold all those details in place. And the details are the scoops. And the scoops are going to give us more information, because when you lick it, think about it. Chocolate. It's giving you information. So hopefully that's a fun way to remember. So let's keep going, okay? Now watch this. Let's read this together. Let me move out the way. So what we're going to do, we're going to read and we're going to underline the main idea and supporting details. Then we will write it in our spaces. Remember I told you how the main idea and the little details. We're going to write it down there together. So let me get my pen. I'm going to get a fun color. I'm going to get green. So we have thunderstorms are dangerous. Now we're going to find those details. Okay? So looking at the details, we can pick out What tells us more information about them being dangerous because of the lightning? Now I'm going to change my color. I'm going to go to purple this time. Yeah, I'm going to go to purple. Okay, so now let's go through and I'm going to do that with you. I'm going to show you how I'm going to find these details. The next thing we're going to do it together. I have another passage that we're going to do it together. And together, you guys are going to give me the answers. So I'm going to call on you guys. So watch what I do. Watch how I find the main idea and the details. And I'm going to call on you guys so we can do it together. And then the worksheet that I sent you, I'm going to give you guys time to do it on your own. On your own, and we're going to double check our answers. Okay? We're going to double check our answers to be sure that you guys are understanding.
So this is after a day of teaching, and Boss Baby is taking a nap. But I really wanted to show you guys that video. I showed it to you in backwards order because I wanted you to see what that part of the process. This is before you do an interview. So you do the application, then you'll be invited to do a video submission. They'll send you all this information, everything that you need to come up with the lesson. And you're going to have questions that you're going to have to answer. It's these things that they have set up. They're going to have question responses, and then the lesson. And they'll give you like this portfolio with these children. They have names of these kids, and then they'll tell you how they just give you the data basically. And they want to see that you can read the data, and from that come up with what standard are you going to focus on for that student, for those students. What are you going to focus on? What do you see would be the one that will be the most beneficial for you to make your lesson plan from? And so I chose that based off of one of the standards, which I had showed in my video. I chose that standard and I made a lesson for it. So, I was so nervous doing this, you guys. So I was like, oh my gosh. So, because you're not doing it in front of a person. You just have to record yourself and do it that way. And I was so nervous recording it and getting that turned in. And they only give you a certain amount of time. So it's not like you have forever and you can just, oh, you know what? I'll just work on it over a couple of days. They'll actually schedule a time. They'll schedule a time for you to do it. And you have to start at that time and then finish by a certain time. You have to have everything done. You have to have all of the checkpoints that they give you, everything completed in that time frame and turned in, submitted, ready to go. So if you teach in a brick and mortar classroom, you have experience doing that, creating the lesson plan, reading the data, it's going to be a walk in the park for you. If you are still kind of new to that, into the teaching world, and you're still kind of, I'm not sure about how to read the data or how to come up with the lesson on my own, because this isn't, when you get into the classroom, I'll get into more of that. You don't, depending on what school and what age grade that you choose, you don't necessarily have to create the lessons, because just like in the brick and mortar, you know how they have textbooks and you just go off the textbooks. How are you going to execute it? How are you going to enrich it? But with K12, depends on where you're at. I'm going to put it that way, as to how much original lesson planning you're going to need to do based off of the demographics of your student body. So I wanted you guys to take that into consideration, that this is a part of the application process, so that you know what to expect before even taking the time to fill out the application. Let me know if you have any questions at all, and I will try to cover it in another video because I don't want this video to be too long. I will try to cover it in another video for you. I will be doing one on the actual filling out the application and what K12 is looking for. TTF. I got one hand, you guys. N.